Welcome to Justice Network. Let's take a closer look at the case, hear what happens in court, and find out how the story unfolds.
Your Honor, today's date and time set for exam. As you may recall, you authorized Mr. Perry to be allowed to attend inpatient treatment. I was notified yesterday that he was taken to treatment from the jail to Sacred Heart in Richmond. They have informed me that they do not allow Zoom court procedures or any other way to facilitate him being here today. So he is not here. I do have proof of that treatment if you'd like to see it.
No, I believe. How long is
So the program maximum is 30 days. In what they sent me, they said their average time of attendance is anywhere from 10 to 21 days. So I'm not sure exactly. It's going to depend on how well he does while actually in treatment.
Well, why don't I do this? Why don't I adjourn it to my next date, which is the 13th, and if we have to go to another date, we can do that.
That's fine. Mr. Allen let me know yesterday, so I could call off Monday.
So preliminary examination in this matter will be adjourned to January 13th, 2026, 9 a.m. That's before me.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's it for me today. So have a happy New Year.
Yes, and to you, sir. Court calls case People versus Corey Curtis.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook, People.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alexandria Taylor appearing on behalf of the defendant Corey Curtis, who's approaching. Mr. Curtis, please state your name for the record.
Corey Curtis. This is the date and time set for preliminary examination. After conversation with the counsel, we're going to humbly, respectfully request that this court adjourn this exam. There is
Humbly? So that humble was coming from you or from defense counsel?
from defense counsel. She's more humble than I.
Oh, I knew that. That's why I was curious as to where it was coming from. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Bond will continue.
Thank you.
Your Honor, just I'm working. Can I get the Zoom?
Did you just leave and your case isn't over yet? Did you say, ooh, my bad? He said it was. So he just turned his back to me and walked out? His attorney had talked to him about that.
We'll have
That
discussion.
trooper says to appear via Zoom. Can I get that Zoom information from Ms. Whiteling when we get a little bit closer to that date?
Yes, if it's going to be necessary, certainly you can get that from me and
Thank you.
we'll provide that.
No objection to Zoom.
Very good. Thank you. Now you may go. Court calls the case People versus Joseph McCalla.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook.
Counsel have another one. Did you have another one, Counsel?
Yes.
She does.
It's this one.
That one. Oh, okay.
After, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Honor. Alex Warren Green on behalf of Mr. McCallum. State your names.
Yeah.
Joseph McCallum.
Okay.
Your Honor, the date and set for preliminary examination that people are unable to proceed.
And the defense would move to dismiss.
People being unable to proceed, this case is dismissed. That's without prejudice on the defendant's motion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls case People versus Nikita Jackson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook, please.
Good afternoon again, Your Honor. Alexandria Taylor appearing on behalf of defendant Nikita Jackson, who is approaching. Ms. Jackson, please state your name. Nikita Jackson.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, similarly on this case, we're respectfully requesting an adjournment. We can get that same date in order to keep the cases together. People would appreciate that greatly.
Does that sound humbly? I bet you if she told me, I'd probably feel like really warm. Cook, he just rubs me the wrong way. I will adjourn. Preliminary examination will be adjourned to February 3rd, 2026, 9 a.m. And that is before me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
And to you. Court calls the case of the People versus Raul Fernando.
Andrew Childers appearing on behalf of.
Good afternoon, Judge. Aida Sparhich on behalf of Mr. Raul Fernando, who is approaching and now standing to my right, Judge.
Your name, sir?
Raul Fernando.
Thank you.
All right, today's the daytime set for examination. At this time, people will be moving to dismiss this case without prejudice, file and on cause.
No objection on our end, Judge.
Case is dismissed.
Thank you, Judge. Happy New Year to you and your staff.
And
Steve.
Court calls the case of the People versus Robert Jameson.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook, the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. J. Grant Miller, P58658, on behalf of Mr. Jameson.
You might want to learn that, counsel. Bench warrant will issue on this case bond $25,000 cash surety. That warrant will issue immediately.
Thank you, Your Honor. The only other part I was going to add is I also have no contact information for Mr. Jameson. So if he is picked up, I'd ask if the court could, maybe try and get a phone number or something for him. I assume he'll be in custody.
Well, the magistrate, they'll do what they can.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court calls the case People versus Yacina Miranda.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Raymond Cook, the people.
Alex Warren Green on behalf of Miss Miranda.
Your name?
Yesenia Miranda.
Okay, I almost got it right. Say it again. the first
Yesenia
name?
Miranda.
Okay, all right. Because everybody's been yelling at me because I mispronounced people's name all day. So I'm a little sensitive.
Your Honor, this is the date and time set for preliminary examination. At this time, people are unable to proceed counts 2 and 3.
The defense would move to dismiss, Your Honor.
All right. Are you moving the remand on counts 2 and 3?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then what I will do.
Hey, Derek, state your name.
He knows it.
Derek Shipman.
Thank you.
Judge, we have a resolution in this matter. There should be a signed plea form in the court file as well as a
Yes,
signed
there
advice of rights.
Oh,
Or a advice of rights I signed on Mr. Shipman's behalf with his consent.
all right. The plea form indicates that the defendant is going to be pleading no contest. Did I get this, please? Yeah, I did. No contest to 3 charges. Count 2 of operating while intoxicated, the 93-day offense. Count 3, driving while license suspended, a 93-day offense. And count 4, disorderly person, a 90-day offense. Upon his successful plea to those charges, count 1 would be dismissed. That's the court's full understanding of the agreement.
That's my understanding as well, Judge.
May I have him sworn?
You solemnly swear affirm the testimony about to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
State your name, please.
Derek Shipman.
And count 4, disorderly person is a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days, $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. You understand what a no contest plea is?
Yes.
All right. 2 things about it I have to make sure that you understand. First thing is that it means that you're not further desirous or wanting to contest these charges. You understand that?
Yes.
Second thing you need to understand is that for purposes of sentencing, the court will treat you the same as though you had pled guilty. You understand that?
Yes.
And you understand that while I'm taking your plea, I would not be your sentencing judge, and you would be sentenced before Judge Valvo in the 15th District Court.
Yes.
All right. Or her successor, I should say. Still wish, and the basis for the no contest plea count.
Lack of recollection, Judge.
All right. Still wish to plead no contest, sir?
Yes, sir.
To the charge of operating while intoxicated, how do you plead?
No contest.
To the charge of driving while license suspended, denied, and or revoked, how do you plead?
No contest.
And to the charge of disorderly person, how do you plead?
No contest.
Now, you understand that by pleading no contest, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form or had an advice of rights form signed on your behalf?
Yes.
All right. Any questions regarding any of those rights?
No.
You understand that by pleading no contest, you're waiving or giving up the rights on that form?
Yes. Oh, excuse me. Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
Yes.
Okay. Were you on probation or parole at this time?
No, sir. No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you?
No.
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you? No, sir. You're doing this voluntarily
Yes,
and of your own free will?
yes.
All right.
I'm not aware of any, Judge.
All right. And have I complied with the court ruling? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
So is the defense, Judge.
Court will accept the defendant's no contest pleas to counts 2, 3, and 4. Count 1 is dismissed. A pre-sentence investigation and report is ordered, as well as screening and assessment at 15th District Court probation. Sentencing in this matter will be January 20th, 2026. What time? 9 a.m. before Judge Valvo or her successor. Bond will continue.
Thanks, Judge. Thank you, sir. Happy New Year.
And to you, sir. Court does call the case, People versus Abbas Safadine.
Andrew Childers, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Jonathan Sachs for Mr. Safadine.
Boss Safadine, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
We are here for a negotiated guilty plea.
All right, I have a plea form before me indicates that the defendant will be guilty to the charge of larceny by false pretenses under 200, 93-day offense. Upon a successful plea to that charge, count 1 would be dismissed. There is also the agreement that the prosecutor will recommend or is okay with the highest sentence, and restitution is agreed at $500.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, the sentencing judge waiver box is not checked, but I view that as an oversight, so I'm going to check that box.
That is purely my oversight, Your Honor.
Please look at paragraph 5 on that form. You'll see a copy on the podium. Those are your rights, which are part of a trial. You understand by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up those rights as well as all the rights on that form.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, Your Honor.
of your own free will
Yes, Your Honor.
and because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Regarding, well, what'd you do that makes you think that you're guilty? Let's do that.
I used the card that was not mine to pay for the parking structure.
To do what?
To pay for the parking structure.
Okay. So the card was not yours?
Yes. Without
You didn't have the owner or device holder's permission to use it?
No, I just did.
And you did not inform wherever you were using it that you didn't have permission?
No.
Right? And because of your use, you obtained goods or services?
No.
Before Judge Perry?
Your Honor, is there any chance of another date? I'm looking forward to being right here on January 30th at 9 a.m.
Oh, I'm sure there's, another day. I don't have it. So what you can do is I have to give you this date. You can contact 15th. They'll be more than happy, I'm sure, to accommodate another date for you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. The court, for its part, also does not believe there's a conflict either in the Michigan courtrooms. So the case is decided there under to the extent a conflict does exist, given the waivers, the court will consent to hear the matters. Court does call the case of the People versus Jason, is it Elk? It's you. Oh, come on up. Who's your attorney? Mr. Goldman. He stepped out? All right. Well, I'll pass it. Okay. Court does call the case of People versus Reginald Sims.
They also stepped out.
Good morning. Okay, I'll pass that one too. Third time's a charm. Court calls the case People versus Chanel Griffin.
And that brings us to the end of a courtroom session filled with adjournments, dismissed cases, missed appearances, and negotiated pleas. From defendants unexpectedly walking out before their cases were finished to a no-contest plea that sent one defendant towards sentencing, the judge kept the courtroom moving while making sure every legal step was followed. Some cases were dismissed without prejudice, while others were simply pushed to another date. But the biggest takeaway: In court, timing, preparation, and respect matter, and even a small mistake can change what happens next. What do you think was the most surprising moment today?